What if Henry Ford was not actually first, and history somehow just forgot the man who really was? Before the Model T ever rolled off an assembly line, another car was already being built, faster, cheaper, and in surprising numbers. So why don't we remember the man behind it? Welcome back to the channel, where we don't just talk about vintage and classic cars, we tell the stories behind the cars and the people who built them, and sometimes lost everything in the process of following their passion. Today's story is about a man forgotten by time and an automobile that decades later quietly vanished and all but retired his name in the automobile world. The story of Ransom Olds. At the turn of the 20th century, the automobile wasn't yet the symbol of freedom that we think of today. In fact, most people didn't trust them. They were loud, unreliable, and often broke down just as quickly as they started. If you wanted a car in 1900, you weren't walking into a dealership. You were commissioning something closer to a handcrafted machine, built piece by piece, often by skilled mechanics working slowly and carefully. And that meant one thing: cars were expensive, far beyond the reach of the average American. To most, the automobile wasn't the future, it was a novelty. But a few men, visionaries, risk-takers, looked at those early machines and saw something else entirely. They didn't just see a product, they saw a system waiting to be reinvented. Born into a family already familiar with machinery, Ransom Eli Olds grew up surrounded by engines, tools, and the early ideas that would eventually shape the automobile industry. But what set him apart wasn't just mechanical skill, it was how he thought about production. While others were chasing power or luxury, Olds focused on something far more practical: simplicity. In 1901, he introduced the curved dash Oldsmobile. It wasn't designed to impress the wealthy. It wasn't trying to be the fastest car on the road. Instead, it was lightweight, affordable, and simple enough to be built more efficiently than anything that came before it. And that simplicity was the key. Because Olds wasn't just building a car, he was quietly rethinking how cars could be built at all. And then, in a moment that could have ended everything, disaster struck. A fire broke out at the Olds Motor Works factory. Flames spread quickly, consuming buildings, machinery, and nearly everything inside. Years of work vanished. For many companies, that would have been the end. But in the aftermath, something unexpected happened. Only one car design had survived the destruction: the curved dash Olds. With limited resources and no time to rebuild everything at once, Olds made a decision that would shape the future of his company. He would focus on that one model. Not dozens of designs, not custom builds, not spectacular vehicles, just one car, built again and again and again. It was a decision born out of necessity, but in many ways, it became the clearest early example of what mass production could really look like. Before we get back to the video, I want to show you something I think you'll appreciate. This is my book called Rust Buckets. It's a photographic collection of real forgotten vehicles from across America. These aren't restored classics, they're raw, untouched pieces of history. If you love the stories behind old iron like I do, you'll love this. Amazon link is in the description. Go check it out and see some of the sample pages I have there. All right, let's get back at it. Instead of assigning one team to build one entire car from start to finish, Olds broke the process down. Each worker focused on a specific task, repeating it over and over again. Chassis, engines, wheels, assembly, piece by piece, step by step. It wasn't yet the moving assembly line we often associate with Ford. There were no conveyor belts pulling cars forward. But the idea was there. A system where efficiency mattered more than craftsmanship, where repetition created speed, and where speed made affordability possible. By 1903, Olds Motor Works was producing thousands of curved dash Oldsmobiles every year, more than any other manufacturer in the United States at that time. For the first time, the automobile was no longer just a luxury item for the rich. It was becoming accessible for the everyday man. A decade later, another man would take that idea and push it further than anyone thought humanly possible. That man? Henry Ford. In 1913, Ford introduced the moving assembly line. Instead of workers moving between stations, the car itself moved, coming to each worker in sequence. That decision had an immediate impact. Production times dropped dramatically. Costs fell. And suddenly, the automobile wasn't just accessible, it was everywhere. Ford didn't just improve the system, he scaled it in a way the world could not ignore. And in doing so, he became the man that most people would remember. The man who put the world on wheels. So where did that leave Ransom Olds? Despite his early success, his role in shaping automotive production slowly faded from public memory. Ford's impact was simply larger. It was more visible, more transformative on a global scale. And sometimes history has a way of remembering the loudest voice, not always the first one. Olds' way proved it could be done, but Ford's way proved it could change the world. Today, the name Ford is known around the world. But long before the Model T became a symbol of American industry, another car quietly laid the groundwork. So maybe the real question isn't who came first. Maybe the question is this: who changed history more? Was it the man who proved mass production was possible, or the man who made it impossible to ignore? I'd really like to hear your thoughts. Drop your answer down in the comments below. And if you enjoy stories like this, where history, engineering, and human ambition all collide, make sure to subscribe to the Ken Smith Gallery channel, because there are a lot more stories like this just waiting to be told. I hope you enjoyed this video. Remember to check out my link in the description for Rust Buckets. Have a wonderful day, and you all be blessed.